Hey, so today I'm going to answer the biggest questions people have as far as buying businesses and how acquisitions.com, we were involved in more than $1 billion worth of deals, how we can potentially help, right? So let's start with some of the common questions we have. I would say the first main question is how do we help find deals, right? So here's the thing. Every step as far as finding deals is something we can help with. I mean, obviously, there are tons of ways to find deals, but the simplest ways to look at it is if you're a business owner, you're probably familiar with marketing strategies like creating content or doing outreach or running ads. So we have a lot of those strategies that are working right now as far as going out there and finding business owners that are motivated to sell. That's the most important thing, finding motivated sellers that are interested in selling their business. So there are a lot of steps that we're taking a lot of different channels. For example, we're very good at finding leads from LinkedIn or finding leads from cold outreach campaigns with email at scale. We're very good at anything related to US, Canada, UK, Australia, and we work with a lot of deals in Europe as well. Probably in every sector you can think of, like we worked in pretty much any sector you can think of, so we're pretty sector agnostic. And the type of deals that we suggest you to find are deals doing between 1 to usually 10 million in revenues or enterprise value as well. And the ideal criteria that I found out is finding deals from baby boomers that are looking to retire because they are more motivated, and the idea of them selling their business makes more sense than like a kid trying to sell his software company. Like, why would a kid want to sell his software company if it's actually that good? It wouldn't make sense. So it means that it's probably a business that I don't want to be involved most times. But if there is a baby boomer, is older, is looking to retire, then it makes sense for him to try to sell the business. And like most kids don't want to really yeah, buy their dad's business. All right, so we have a bit of a process. I don't want to overwhelm you right now. You could definitely talk when you chat with our team to see what would that look like in detail. But in a nutshell, like we're going out there, we can help you build a website. I think it's probably one of the most important things you need to have, just some kind of a credibility package. So you're not just messaging people from a random Gmail. And to help you create some kind of a buyer profile so you look legit. We help you script everything. So you need a good script. You need to set up off-market campaigns. You probably need a few weeks, probably 2 weeks to set up and warm up your campaigns. That's in relation to off-market deals, right? On-market are deals that are already listed from brokers. We have our own broker networks that we can send you deals from. And yeah, so from day one, you can start to get some on-market deals, and we could also help you set up like a really good cold email campaign with like we suggest you have like 3 to 5 domains, email accounts, different email accounts, and to personalize each email. So we can definitely help you set up everything so you can get to a point where you could send at least 500 emails a day. And after we help you set that up, I mean, that will get you some deals. Let's move to the next question, which is how do you find capital to close on those deals? So what kind of down payment is needed or credit requirement, right? So there are different ways to finance deals. There are traditional on-market opportunities, right? So like we said, you go out there to some of the broker sites out there, or we send you some of the deals that we like that our broker network send us. So we can send you some of those. In that case, look, in an ideal scenario, the better the credit, the more opportunities you'll have as far as financing. Um, so yeah, just to keep things really simple as far as financing the deal, usually we found out that our clients don't need more than 5 to 10% equity down. So let's say you buy a business for $3 million total, you probably don't need more than $300,000 in equity. That equity can be your equity or it can be equity that you raise from other people. So that means investors, seller financing, earnouts, and we can help you raise some of that capital as well. So the same process that we help you as far as finding deals is a similar process we can help you set up as far as finding capital. We have a large network of banks that we like, investor that we can introduce you to, so we can definitely help you there as well. And we'll also share with you a lot of different structures like seller financing, earnouts, equity for consulting deals, upside deals. Like we just helped one of our clients join as basically as an employee of the business. He then became the CEO, and all that time he had an option to buy the business at basically a discount. So imagine that he basically helped the company grow. He had a percentage from the upside, and he basically used the salary that he got and the profit share that he got to finance his acquisition at the lower multiples than what he was able to support the business to grow. So it's just one cool, simple deal structure that can really, really help you close on more deals. Let me share the next question that a lot of people are asking us, which is how we help with due diligence. So how acquisitions.com helps with due diligence. So to be very specific, there are basically two parts of due diligence. There's the initial due diligence before you make an offer, and there's the final due diligence after you get an offer. So after you talk to a seller that wants to exit their their business, so you will sign an NDA and you'll get basic financial documentations that you can start working on and doing some due diligence. What we do is we help you basically with knowing what documents you even need to start with. So we'll send you the checklist that we prefer that is relevant to 2025. We'll help you analyze those documents and help you understand what we call DSCR, which is the debt service coverage ratio, to make sure that you're buying a good business. We'll provide you proprietary financial tools on understanding how to analyze the deal and know if the deal is a good deal or not. And you'll have access to one of our operating partners to work with you on a weekly basis if needed, to look at numbers, to make offers, etc., etc. And we'll also help you understand what you need as far as financial documentations from your end, or to apply to work with banks and or investors, right? So you'll have all of that. And of course, we have a checklist and can introduce you to different lawyers and accountants to make sure that they help you kind of cross the T and make sure that everything is being done the right way at closing. Another question that people ask us is acquisitions.com a broker or listing site? The answer is no. Generally speaking, a broker can be of many different types, but to keep things simple, there are buy-side brokers and sell-side brokers. Sell-side brokers basically focus on helping sellers exit, and that's the only thing they do. Buy-side brokers help you buy companies, and there are different acquisitions.com in general. We're not considered as a broker. We're basically a consulting firm, and we provide with you an accelerator, support, training, education, ecosystem for M&A, buyers, sellers, understanding numbers. So we teach you all the things you. I know a lot of people pay going to Harvard, learning search fund entrepreneurship through acquisition, and they pay like $100,000 plus for their degree. So we help you get really focused, understanding what business you want to buy, creating a thesis for your investment and deal. We help you find the best sector for you. We help you introduce you to brokers. We help you find proprietary deal flow and off-market deals, on-market deals. We have proprietary financial analysis steps. We help you make offers. We give you access to contracts, help you negotiate deals, help you raise capital, help you with due diligence, help you with closing the deal. And we're also here to help you after you buy the business and making sure that you prepare and know what to do with the business after you bought it. And one of the things that we will potentially do is if we like you, we like the deal, we can potentially even partner with you and solve the deals during the acquisition or after. Let's move to the next questions. So how do we help with due diligence? I went through that. And then how do we help with negotiations. So how acquisitions.com helps on negotiations. To be very specific, there are few components of negotiations we help you with. We help you with the initial due diligence and modeling the deal. We are listening to your feedback from the initial seller, broker call on what expectations they have and whatnot. We can even listen to your calls if you're recording or meetings. We help you with the initial creation of an LOI and timing the right time to make the offer. We share with you examples and frameworks on how to negotiate. We help you restructure the LOI based on real-time feedback from the broker seller and or just directly from the working with banks, investors, and all that. And of course, we help you time on how to make counter offers. So yeah, these action steps are basically custom on a deal by deal basis for every person. I mean, we've negotiated massive deals I worked with in public companies, so we can definitely help you. You have access weekly to me and my operating partners. So you'll get the templates, modelings, insights on how to make offers, how to negotiate, and everything you need. Let's talk about how acquisitions.com helps with financing acquisitions. And that can look basically SBA, different lenders, banks, private investors. We can help you with all of that. So to be specific, few ways to start with. Once your LOI is signed and there's a deal to be made, then we know what capital stack we need to find. So the goal first is to get an offer accepted, an LOI, letter of intent signed, and then typically you will have the following capital stack. So you'll have some kind of a portion of commercial debt that you'll need to raise, so 60 to 80% of the deal usually. You'll probably have some kind of an equity needed, so some kind of a down payment in equity, usually around 5-10% of the deal. And many times you'll also have some kind of a seller financing, helping with financing the deal. Seller financing is basically using the business cash flow to finance part of the acquisition over time, using the seller to finance it. So as far as debt solutions, we have a lot of lenders that we know, so we can really introduce you to the best banks to give you the best terms, and you'll get like personal introductions from us from acquisitions.com, so they'll treat you seriously. So yeah, we have SBA lenders, conventional lenders, cash flow lenders, asset lenders, invoice facilities. We can introduce you to all of those. We also have equity partners. So we built a brand around ourselves, and over the last 7 years, we have massive communities on Facebook, on our newsletter, and just personal network. We have over 50,000 people that know about us, and we have their info. So whenever we have a good deal, we can promote your deal as well to our investors. And many times, a lot of those people want to just invest passively into deals, and will be happy to invest alongside you. So we spend a lot of money on advertising, and you'll have access to. We spend millions of dollars on advertising in the last few years. Working with us, you'll have access to all the database that we built over the years to potentially support you in your deals. No one is doing that. Intro you to deals, banks, investors, and help you analyze deals like literally holding your hand while you're doing that. So next question is how much time is needed usually to buy a business? On average, we see with most of our clients, they need to put at least 10 to 20 hours a week. And on average, it takes them 4 to 6 months to close a deal. Again, if you're buying just one good business that's making you 1, 5, 10 million a year in revenues, you don't need much more than that to become wealthy. Like one of our clients just bought a business doing 25 million a year in revenues. Most people don't get to those numbers in their lifetime, starting businesses from scratch. So that's what's possible with acquisitions. So for sure, it's worth waiting on average for 4 to 6 months. Another question people are asking us is what sector experience is needed? Well, usually, obviously, the more experience you have in a sector, the better it will be, the easier it will be for you to understand what's going on in the business. But it's not mandatory. Like there are ways to buy a business without you knowing anything about the business. Is it 100% recommended? Not necessarily, but it works, and many of our clients are doing that. And we have ways to structure that. A lot of people ask us what our acquisitions.com success rate with our clients. Well, it's about 33% of our clients are able to close own deals. A lot of people ask us with acquisitions.com, do we have any guarantee? Well, our guarantee is that we'll support you until you close the deal. So our goal is for you to close the deal as soon as possible. Another question people ask us is, do we invest or co-invest with you as acquisitions.com? Well, we definitely like to look at deals and potentially co-invest with you. Of course, we need to like the deal, we need to like you, and we usually look for businesses doing above 1 million EBITDA in different sectors. A lot of people ask us if we provide different contracts to work with investors or banks or basically any contract needed. Well, the answer is yes. That alone is worth probably $50,000 plus that you would pay otherwise with lawyers and accountants that we save you. Another question people ask us is, do we provide as acquisitions.com in legal accountant contracts? The answer is yes. One of the main questions we're getting is with acquisitions.com, what makes us different than anyone else out there trying to help you buy businesses? Well, I think to put it really to keep things simple, like we've been here longer than anyone else. We're focused on doing deals with clients versus just building our personal brand out there. I'm focused on going out there, investing in deals, doing deals with clients, and we offer direct access to people that are actually out there supporting actual deals. And we're not just focused on like information and courses and whatnot. We're focused on actual support, holding your hand until you close a deal, and just the introduction that will help you have just direct introductions to brokers, setting up your off-market deal flow. No one is doing that. Introducing you to brokers, deals directly that comes to us before anyone else on the market. No one's doing that. Helping you analyze deals with you for you. No one's doing that. Helping you making offers directly, holding your hand one-on-one. No one's doing that. Introducing you directly to our banks. No one's doing that. Introducing you to equity investors. No one's doing that. And we have bigger database than anyone else. Like I said, one of our clients just bought a business doing 25 million a year. He raised the equity from our network of investors that we introduced him to. Some more questions. People ask us, how long we've been in business, as far as acquisitions.com. Like we exist now for almost 8 years. We've been involved in more than $1 billion worth of deals in any sector you can think of, in many, many countries, actually, mostly focused on the US, but also did deals in the like US, UK, Canada, Australia, um, different countries in Europe, and also South America and Asia as well. A lot of people ask me what or why do clients succeed in acquisitions.com or in general, and why do they fail? Well, in general, success comes from following our process, deep experience, contracts, network that we have, and one-on-one support. Failure comes from basically giving up and not following our process. To keep it super simple, because we'll introduce you to deals, help you set up deal flow, analyze deals, make offers. As long as you don't give up and you follow our steps and you actually talk to business owners, talk to financial partners, make offers, and just follow what we tell you to do, and help us help you stay accountable, then you'll get results. I think that's pretty good for today. Yeah, let me check the chat if you have questions. Yeah, we'll put the recording, we'll send the recording. Cool. All righty, guys. I appreciate you all. Hopefully this was valuable to you guys. Take care and have a great rest of your week. I'll see you next one. Take care. Bye-bye.